Our next list is all the way here from London. He began his rise to fame when he was only 21 when he co-wrote The Young Ones with Rick Mayall. Then he went on to work with on The Blackadder and more recently, The Thin Blue Line, both starring the very ace Rowan Atkinson. He's written a few books including Stark, which went on to become a telly movie, Gridlock, This Other Eden, and most recently, Popcorn. Currently in Australia doing some stand-up shows, and he's found time to fit us into his varied and busy world. Please welcome the most talented, the most witty, the most clever man who is Mr. Ben Elton.
I'm too old for it. It's very nice. I haven't heard screams like that since Rick Mayall and I were here in '86.
They screamed at you then as well?
They screamed at Rick, they didn't scream at me, but they used to scream at him.
Well, welcome back to Australia. How long has it been since you've been here?
I was out here in January, very briefly, on a recreational capacity, but I've been working now for 6 weeks on the road, and the tour's just been extending and extending. It's amazing to be able to do the business that we are, even going down into Tasmania, which is great.
Well,
I'm looking forward to a bit of a walk. I like a bit of hill walking.
Do you? Is that why you like Australia? You seem quite fascinated with Australia. Based a book here, Stark, found a wife here, Handy, and also related to our most famous Australian, I heard. Is that true?
What, Ray?
No, not Ray.
Well, Ray's the major father of the nation, isn't he, as far as I know?
No, I'm talking about Olivia Newton-John.
Oh, yes, no, I am related to...
Are you really?
Well, you're talking about the most famous Australian, of course, is Ray Martin. But no, Olivia Newton-John is my third cousin, that's true.
Weird.
Well, you know, you've got to be. So we're all related under the skin.
I think so, bro.
This is why Pauline Hanson's such a fool. She doesn't realise we all came from a tiny little gene.
I am not related to Pauline Hanson.
We are, I'm afraid.
I'm not.
She's related to everyone else. The human race is one big family, isn't that nice?
Yes, it is.
Isn't that lovely? Isn't that a lovely thought? You and me together, sharing genes.
On rocks.
As long as you've washed them. That's what I like to think.
Ben, why do you like Australia?
Well, I mean, I like everywhere. I'm a bit of a, call me an old hippie, but citizen of the world, me, you know. Old white man. Oh, well, you do what I say. Bugger off then. No, stay. I need your questions. Right. I like Australia. I like everywhere. I happen to know Australia very well because by circumstances, actually of trade union and politics, I happen to marry an Australian girl. I've always been a trade unionist and all part of the people in WA, setting up that embassy over there at the moment, against court. A little bit of politics there. Free-forming at the moment. You don't understand. You probably don't read the papers, do you?
You haven't breathed either.
Only the rock press, man. That's all you
totally,
read.
man. Street rags.
So we had to have some Australian artists on tour when Rick Mayall and I toured here in 1986 on the strength of the success of The Young Ones. It was great to hear some of the young people who weren't born in 1986 still seem to like it.
I'm sure they were. Do you dig The Young Ones?
Well, some have. Because that's very nice there, and because of the equity requirement in those days, some of these people won't even remember trade unions actually, but there was such a thing at one time. We had to have 4 artists on with us from Australia. And they were a wonderful rock band, Australian rock band called the Jam Tarts, the bassist of whom I fell in love with.
You married?
I married, yeah. Wow. That's right.
Sophie and the Jam Tarts. It wasn't like
I came to Australia thinking I've got to marry an Australian. I was in Australia and I did marry an Australian. So it's kind of, you know, chicken and egg and all that.
You're a worldly
I married a chicken, or an egg, I don't know.
Well, we've got through one question, that's good.
Yeah, we're doing well, aren't we?
One question so far. What do you, have you...
I'm only here to hear Jonathan Richmond, the man's a god.
Yeah, that's so gross. He's coming out very soon, of course. Thanks very much, Mr. No, we'll keep you here for a while longer. Do you get to go and see some Australian comedy whilst you're here?
Well, I don't sort of see much live, but I think what's going on radio and TV is superb at the moment. There's some great stuff. I've been mates with Andrew Denton for a long time. Mark Malloy, great radio show, and of course I'm a huge, no secret, I'm a big fan of the Frontline Gang. I saw Castle the other day. I think things are really cooking over here, and a lot of it, of course, the seed corn, the bedding of it was at the ABC. A lot of the people, Wendy did. I was in this very studio when the Armour doing the big gig a while back. You know, Andrew started on the ABC, the whole degeneration thing. So, you know, it's... Lewis?
Me.
Oh, you? Lewis? I'm afraid I'm of a different generation. I've not been keeping hip with what's going on in the last year or two. But no question, I think, particularly with the frontlining and everything, a lot of good comedy.
So Australians can be funny.
No question about that. No, not just Ray. I mean, actually, people who are trying to be.
And not just Pauline.
Yeah, and not just Pauline. Isn't it funny? You know, dear old Pauline, I feel sorry for her because it's like she's that generic of a type, you know, because in every chip shop there's somebody going, they come over here, they take our job. And the interesting thing is that she, the very day she was moaning, I've got to say this, the very day she was moaning about Australian culture being swamped and I don't feel like an Australian in my own country because there's all these different cultures, the same day she was complaining that McDonald's had knocked her back from being a representative of a McHappy Day event. Now, where does she think McDonald's came from, eh? Does she think that's an indigenous Australian company? No, it's an American company, which has occupied every high street in Australia. She obviously only objects to non-white companies coming over here. And I think you should think about that, Miss Hanson.
Yes, and you should think about the fact that you do look a little bit like a blow-up doll as well.
Yes, well, you know, political satire is obviously still alive and well and rocking on the ABC.
Well, it is our rock set after all.
We are on the rocks.
Yes.
Sorry, next question.
You're doing some stand-up shows, yes. Been going
I am doing some stand-up.
A month now, very good. Are they going well?
Yeah, they go well. I mean, I'm redoing the whole tour. Like, I've been in Sydney and Melbourne and Adelaide, and we're coming around again.
By popular demand?
By popular demand. Another show in Melbourne tonight, 2 in Adelaide, then, as I say, down into Tassie. And that's where I'm going to get some walking, in Hobart and Launceston. Can't wait to get out there and do some walking.
Oh, good luck on your walking. That's really good.
Well, I'll do some gigs as well. I swear for a living, but I like to recreate at other times.
Oh, it's good you're not swearing now.
No, I never do. I'm very responsible. I only do it late. The show is quite rude. I'm not sure some of the people... It's not offensive, but it does delve into
scatological.
There's the odd poo joke, there's no question, but anyone who knows the... we can say poo, I've just said it, and I will indeed. Scatological, that's another poo word.
That's a poo word.
I delve most crevices. I've probed every orifice.
No, that's enough. Anyway, we get the idea of the show. That'll be great. We're going to have a look. Do you find your live work helps all your other writing? You write in all genres. You get the books, the movies, the theatre, the la-la-la-la-la. Do you find that...
I've never written a la-la-la-la in my life.
No songs?
I intend to move on to... I'd love to write songs.
Get into rock, bro.
Everyone wants to be a rock star, man. Everybody does, you know, but if you can't do it, you can't. Stand-up comedy, for me, yes, it's a lifeblood of writing comedy. I mean, it's a real fortunate thing for me as principally a writer. You mentioned The Thin Blue Line. That's something... I'm not in it, but I write it, I produce it. But to get the chance to actually go out there at the sharp end and experience the ebb and flow of comedy with an audience. The energy, yeah. Oh, man, it's an adrenaline buzz, man. It's like making love to the whole world.
Oh, you're a thespian at heart, aren't you? Latest book, Popcorn.
Oh, rocking good read.
Rocking good read.
Yeah.
Also a play, and maybe won a Gold Dagger Award last year.
It did, yeah. Long-listed for the Booker Prize as well. I'm moving in highly highfalutin circles these days.
Long sentences. Is this going to be a film as well?
There's been very encouraging nibbles from Hollywood, but the thing about movies is you don't celebrate until you're reading the final credits, because movies is not a game for adults. It's looking really good. A wonderful film producer and director has taken a marvellous interest. But movies are a guy called Joel Schumacher, brilliant guy.
He is the man, isn't he, of the moment? Isn't he the Batman dude?
But he's a very lengthy career as a writer and a film director, very great filmmaker, and he loves my book, which makes him even greater as far as I'm concerned. The thing about movies is they cost a lot, they take a lot of putting together, so we'll talk about it next time. You only celebrate a movie when you're sat there with your bucket of popcorn.
It'll be cheaper if you do it in Australia as well again.
No, it'd have to be. It's set in America. You couldn't do the story anywhere else. It's an American story.
Gig dates, we must find out. If you want to go and see Ben Elton, say this and a whole lot more rude words. You can go. Where is this? Where am I? Hello?
We're down here now. We're all the way down. Melbourne tonight, June the 7th. I'll do my own plugs. Melbourne tonight, I think. We got sold out in Adelaide tomorrow, but one more on Monday night. Oh, it says Waggerley. I don't know what that means.
Just that one there.
And then, oh, there we go. Hobart and Launceston in a couple of days. Keep rocking, all right. All powered to the ABC.
You can go on a nice big walk with Mr. Ben Elton. Mr. Ben Elton!
All powered. Pleasure.
Brothers. It's very good to have Ben Elton in here. It's very good that Ben Elton's my bro now.
Yeah, we're the bros. We are. Lovely.
The Elton Lewis plus.
He's had his ear pierced. I've got my bum.
Anyway, we're going to go across to Wagga Wagga now and finally doing some CD reviews, I believe. Thank you.